technician, Mr. M.K. Srikant. He'll be speaking on the topic endless possibilities of selecting materials for implant prosthetic solutions. Thank you.
Okay, that was a perfect elaboration of the cases how to handle at your lab by Rahul sir. Of course, a stalwart of dental technology fraternity here. So today, I don't have such type of cases to show off on big screen because I am not on a commercial slab, I am working for a company. So I am here to give you a elaborated information like what all you have to consider when you are working on a commercial platform. Like what are the situations, which kind of materials can save your life, and how you can get that success by using these kind of smart decisions. So greetings from Hyderabad, a perfect blend of all religions over there, good food, good ambience, nice place to visit. So the topic today what we are going to cover is why, when and where. Let's explore the endless possibilities of selecting the materials for implant prosthetic solutions as well all the tables which are indulged in a dental laboratory in your day-to-day work. It's the audio. So we are trying to push down your regular routine jobs away from allergies by bringing back the quality materials, where we are offering monomer free solutions for your removal prosthetics. This is a device called ThermoPress, which is a thermoplastic injection system by which we will offer you the complete denture portfolio. At the same time, you can use it for semi-flexibles. You can use it for tooth-colored clasp restorations. You can use it for splints. You can use it for long-term provisionals. It's something like an all-in-one machine which can solve any of your removal headaches in the lab. So this is what the material which we are offering for complete denture. It's polyam IC, available in 3 shades. Both the plain as well the vein, and this can be customized with individual cartridges. This is what the point what we are delivering through polyam IC. There is no dimensional change when you process your complete denture. Usually whenever you work with conventional strategy, you proceed with your flasking, rewaxing, and then you pack the material, and then again you have to cure it for 2 hours. Bench cooling is mandatory, but still you are not sure about the shrinkage what you achieve while the conventional procedure of complete denture, right? So here we are offering this monomer free granulate which will be heated in the machine which I have shown you in the early slide, ThermoPress, and the set parameters are there as a firing cycle for that material. Then afterwards we will inject it. That's it. Immediately after the injection, I would say a half an hour, you can simply take it out from the flask, cut down the screw channel, polish it, deliver it. Right? So these are the features. There is no distortion, no shrinkage, and then again, as it is not having any kind of monomer, it is really rigid and fracture resistant. So this is Reflex 2nd edition, which is a semi-flexible. Earlier we have got flexible too, but later on we came to know the issues with the flexibles. Yes, of course, it's quite a bit hard to satisfy the clinicians, like if you don't do flexibles and they have a case of flexible, this is the choice. This is a semi-flexible material, polyamide, which is dimensionally stable when patient gives the accusal forces. When the partial is under work in intraoral condition, it should not flare, right? That is the agenda. If you give a flexible, and if it is much flexible, as like you check in YouTube or Facebook about this flexible part, they will just press it and they'll show it. Is it good for the patient? No? Yeah. So why it is not good? We have to understand the science of the material, and therefore we can check the right part, and then we can give the quality restoration. If something which is flexible is something which is flexing in the intraoral stress, definitely it would lead to bone resorption, right? Probably patient would lost a chance if one fine day, if he wants to decide to go for an implant, if there is no supportive bone or anatomical structure, there is no use. So we are here to give some kind of helpful restoration, but not to spoil his future plan, right? And then now we are coming ahead with biosettled material called biodentaplast, by which you can have tooth colored glass frameworks, something like this. This is a dual press technique, which is a combination of reflex second edition at the same time bioacetal biodentaplast. Initially you will press biodentaplast and then you will double press with reflex second edition. Therefore you will achieve the finish something like this. This is another example. And again, if you check here, the fourth object is a secondary structure which has been designed for a primary zirconia telescope, right? So this is rigid, this is long lasting, this is plug resistant, which is not going to be damaged by any kind of food colors, right? So now we are heading towards the digital portfolio, also coming ahead with bionic cut. This is our new product in digital part. We are getting this bioacetal blank in the name of bionic cut, where you can where you can get these kind of partials milled, okay, and then the bite splints can be milled, and all these processes can be milled in a dry part. We are coming ahead with our mill strategy also, which we can check the next slides. So then again, Picoplast HP36, it's a high performance polymer. Why Picoplast? This comes like a set with 3 jars, and then you get a cleaner, you get a polymer, you get a monomer. And now let's discuss about this Picoplast, why Picoplast has to enter your table. Many people, they work with the resins like easy pattern or pattern resin or some XYZ resin materials in your lab. So the point what I am trying to convey, at the same time even Rahul also tried the same in his first session, try to understand the material first, try to know your requirement, then make a decision, right? So if you check the particle size of any of your resins which you are using for your jig verification, or if you want to construct any primary structure and then if you want to cast, yes, of course now printing is a big deal. Every company is providing quality resins, every company is suggesting printing. Therefore I don't say this is an unworthy product, but still this is a material which can save your maximum time at your lab. This material can be used for jig verification. This material can be used for your basal implant primary construction attachment. This material can be used for your primary telescopes. This material can be used for your secondary telescopic construction again, right? So let's check the points what this material is ensuring you. First point is the finest resin particle. This is the most smartest, finest particle what you find in resin segment. No contraction. This is what we are coming ahead with every material through Bredent. No contraction. Submissive to heat treatment. For suppose if you invest this and if you do a burnout, you don't find any kind of cracks into the investment shell. That is the most important criteria you need to understand. If you put up some resin which is aggressive under heat treatment, that will spoil your precision in the casting. You will be finding the fins, right? You will be finding a casting failure, or you could be ending up with any mismatch in your casting. So therefore you have to select such a kind of material which has to simplify your strategies step by step. And then again, perfect for print and cast, ideal for jig verification. Again, this is also a magical product called Q resin. Q resin. ये Q resin क्यों है? Yeah, ये Q resin कुछ अच्छा ही है. This will save the chair side time of the clinician. If he wants to reline a denture, hardly it takes 12 seconds. You apply it, it will set. It's a self-curable resin, no exothermic reaction, gives a stable polished surface, no plaque, it's plaque resistant, and therefore what you have to understand is these kind of materials, they save both the time of the lab and the clinician. Say for example, if we go a little deeper, if a clinician performs an implant surgery and he has to pick the provisional, right? In the early presentation of Mr. Rahul, you have seen a digitally printed provisional or a digitally milled provisional. That provisional has to be picked up from the mouth, right? So if it is a surgical site, you can't use such kind of material which is aggressive on the tissue. It should not damage the biological properties, but it should help you to come out of that situation with a simple way. So therefore we suggest Q resin for the intraoral pickup for implant prosthetic surgeries. At the same time, this works for relining. This you can use it as a temporary rebasing material also, available in pink and dentine. So this is all Q resin is promising you, ideal for intraoral pickup, available in pink and dentine shades, no exothermic reaction, self-curing resin, no light cure required. This works with a bonding agent called Q connector. Wherever you want to attach this Q resin, apply the Q connector and then inject this Q resin. This will work well. No sound, na? No sound for the videos, right? So this is what we are offering, Sky Fast and Fix, and I'm an active part of Fast and Fix since say around 7 to 8 years now in India, projecting Fast and Fix live surgeries, giving the prosthetic solutions within the session, sending back the patient with a smile, right? Let's check how this works. I have a few slides where you can check the conventional way of giving a smart solution. At the same time, we can discuss about the digital portfolio also. So we have chosen this Formula 1 car for this Fast and Fix because we are really fast on the day of surgery, right? We prefabricate everything priorly before the surgery. What all we have to do is it's okay. It's okay. ठीक. So we claim, we prove 15 years of Fast and Fix. For sure, we are successful. Personally, I am the witness of this Fast and Fix surgery since 7 years actively, where I would have attended around, say for example, 200 to 300 live surgeries, where we never got a failure either of loading the implants or achieving the primary stability or loading the provisionals. Everything is so well designed and organized. If you execute it as like you have planned, for sure you will meet the success. So this is how, if we talk about the conventional way, yes, we are into digital fever, but still we are into a learning curve. We should not forget the basics. That's what even Exocad people also say. If you know the basics, then you will love digital way. If you don't know the basics, you will be engaged exploring the screen tab of ExaCAD. You will be clicking multiple buttons several times. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Right? So always keep your focus on your basics and then check the portfolio of this digital portfolio and then you work. अगर आप बेसिक्स को ही भूल जाएंगे तो कोई सॉफ्टवेयर आपका कोई मदद नहीं कर सकता है, कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, राइट? सो जैसे ही हमको ये ओपन ट्रे इंप्रेशन आता है, कैन सी दिस इज अ ओपन ट्रे इंप्रेशन और अ क्लोज ट्रे इंप्रेशन. इफ इट इज अ फ्लैप रेज केस, नो क्लिनिशियन विल प्रोवाइड यू ओपन ट्रे इंप्रेशन, ही विल गिव यू अ क्लोज ट्रे. अगर जब आपका एक क्लोज ट्रे इंप्रेशन आपके लैब पे आ जाता है, इट विल लुक समथिंग लाइक द पार्ट 1 impression where we have engaged the lab analogs, right? And now we don't apply usually the gingival mask, but here this is a flapless case. That's where they have used the gingiva mask. And then they have retrieved the model, taken the bite. Downstairs you see this is a wax trial, and then they have made an index. Once the trial is done, you have to make a silicone index where you are double sure like what you have promised to the patient on the time of trial, whether the lip fullness, whether the phonetics, whether the zenith, whether the smile, whether the vertical dimension, what all you have got the information from the clinician through bite and the markings, you are going to ensure the same after the finish, right? And then this is a bit tricky. This people can easily understand who is indulged in a live fast and fix surgery. The black sleeves what you see, they are the spacers, right? We cover up, say for example here there are 6 implants, usually we offer 4 implants. If we want to give a provisional in conventional way, we will indulge 3 implants, titanium cylinders with the spacers first, and 1 titanium cylinder will be engaged into the prosthesis. Therefore we make sure the prosthesis which has to be picked up from the mouth, it will be absolutely passive, right? So this is how we have applied the separating agent, and then we have used top line material which is a real good wonderful material, where I have seen cases for this fast and fix like this provisional will definitely stay for 3 to 4 years. If you treat it properly, if you polish it well, even if the patient is not from India, just give a provisional, no reinforcement required, send him. No need to worry, it won't fracture, it won't take any plaque or stains. It is absolutely a dimensionally stable performer. Believe me, I am using this in my live surgeries since 7 years now. There is nothing wrong. I have never met with any fracture. I have never met with any mishap regarding the polishing strategy. Everything will work well, right? So we mix the top line like that in a jar, and then the key what we have taken earlier for the trial, we will transfer the veneers into it, and then we will do a resin casting over here, put it under pressure pot. Acha, this is a big question. How many people are using pressure pot? How many people are using pressure pot in their labs? No? 1? Okay. Yes, everything starts with 1. Pressure pot is a mandatory equipment in a dental laboratory to overcome your exothermic reaction issues, to overcome your porosities, right? You provide dimensionally a stable behavior to the silicons. We also suggest use pressure pot for investments. When you invest your ring, put it in pressure pot, keep it under 2 bar pressure, but no water. Usually for resins you can put water, but when you are installing your investment ring, don't put water, right? Only a bar pressure of 2 is required to eliminate the entire voids or bubbles which have been occurred in your investment shell, right? You should have a solid block of cavity. Therefore, it can sustain the temperatures, right? And then you can get a higher precisional castings. So this is how we get a provisional, properly finished, decently polished, and it should be sustainable to the intraoral stress and should be able to survive at least for 12 weeks. Usually implantologists suggest 12 weeks of osseointegration, right? So for these 12 weeks you have to take this kind of material where you don't find any surprise when patient comes back for a definitive restoration. So now again the digital fever. So Bredent is starting behaving like a pro, coming ahead with a super blank, introducing Bracam Multicom. This is something like world's first multi-layer PMMA blank what we are offering, and then it's a dense PMMA isostatically pressed, right, under 250 bar pressure, under 250 bar pressure, isostatically pressed, absolute stable performer again, no water sorption. This is the point where Mr. Rahul was saying, like, this guy has said like graphene is not working. I don't have any issues with any material which is available in the market. We have to welcome the science, right? Way back when I was in 1997, the very first year of my dental technology, we have not even sensed like this fraternity will transform like this. This is an open market. You will be finding multiple materials. You cannot pinpoint any one material to prove your material as good. You don't have any right to degrade any kind of material in the market. Yes, you have to provide the valid information, give right information to your client. Therefore, decision is yours whether you have to pick it or not. So, this is what we are ensuring. There is no water sorption. Therefore, you have no invitation to bacteria when you are providing this restoration as a long-term provisional. We are ensuring Bracam Multicom provisional for 3 years now. Previously we have ensured for 2 years, now we have increased 1 more year. You can give without a reinforcement, it will work. So this is how it looks, aesthetically damn good, highly polishable, easy to handle, dry mill. People are afraid of milling polymers nowadays in their milling machines. Some they say like wet milling is good, some they say like dry milling is good. It is all about the engineering of the rotary tools what you use. That is the only criteria you have. If your cutters are single edge, if your cutters are single flute burst, you can mill it in a dry mode. Because we are ensuring entire range of the blanks on a dry mode in our milling unit. We are coming ahead with DCS, Dental Concept Systems, where we have 5 variants, DCX for chair side, DC1, DC1 Pro for the labs to mill chrome cobalt or titanium, and then again aggressive DC3 and the topmost giant DC7, where we are ensuring the industrial machined surface via milling in a 5-axis unit, right? So here rotary is the key. Check, observe how many machines are coming, what is the promise they are giving, whether it is claiming but not proving. You have to check all these factors when you are investing into it, right? Because it would be a long-term partner if it was a right decision. So D for definitive, D for digital. So we are coming ahead with multiple options in digital platform. Earlier we have recommended pressing of bio-HPP, and then again we have spoke about thermoplastics also. And now if we enter into digital portfolio, let's see what is coming ahead. Yes, these are the machines which we have discussed: DC1, DC3, DC7, DCX, powered by Bredent. Luxor. This is a colorful feather for Bredent, coming with 6th generation gradients blank. It's not a zirconia blank, it's a gradients blank what we say. Derivative from Tozo, world's market leader for zirconia, right? These are the indications what we give from single unit to full arch, from crown and bridge to full mouth implant arch, you can mill it. And you will be finding 6 layers in this blank, where we are ensuring different type of surface hardness. If you check the cervical part, we will be providing 1100 megapascals, which is strong enough where it is resistant to fracture. And then the incisal one, we are giving it for 750 megapascal, kind to antagonist. There is no damage further, close to the behavior of lithium disilicate. And then if you check the translucency or the gradients of this blank, this is quite a bit amazing. We can have an overview at the booth also. We have some cases which were milled in this blank. This is not suggested for rapid cintering. This is for a slow cintering, overnight cintering, right? And we don't offer any wet mill for this. You can mill it in a dry way. And we are promising the margins specifically. The core strength of this blank will offer you absolute knife edge mill. And this is how you can play around with Mio, what Rahul has given information in his presentation. Yes, as of now, Mio is a magical material in the market. Everyone is taking advantage of Mio. Simply they are milling it in a monoblock and then playing with colors, changing the phase of the restoration. So this is the shade portfolio what we are offering. You will never get disappointed, trust me. This is the evaluation what I have given. The strength, kind to tissue, no damage to antagonist, and then again we are available with all shades, traveling in 6th generation, that's good. And then again we are giving a shock absorbing game for implant prosthetic solution, something like this. The object which you are seeing on the screen is BioHPP, nothing but biocompatible high performance polymer, derivative of polyether ether ketone, right? Earlier polyether ether ketone is in use for human use, say for example round about 40 years now, 40 or more than 40 years. People are using this peak for multiple requirements, skull pads, you take knee joints, you take spines, you take partial mandibles. But it was not considered as class 2 medical device. Why? How many have got the information about class 2 medical device? This is the point where now you are into supervision of FDA or drug license and all. So before we act, we have to know what we are doing. So polyether ether ketone, as it is a porous object which is not recommended as a class 2 medical device. Class 2 medical device is nothing but it can be given as a long term restoration, either cemented or screw retained, right? Removal is not considered as a class 2 medical device which is fixed, whether with a glue or with a screw, right? You have to consider this point before selecting the material, like how this is going to help. So this porous object polyether ether ketone is satisfying perfectly for the objects pressed or injected which are integrated in human body. Say for example hip or spine or finger joint or skull pad, these are covered in the body. They are not exposed to saliva, right? So for that it is okay. Now what we have came to a conclusion, like this kind of porous object will never sustain when it has to meet saliva, right? You don't find polishable surface, you will be getting the bag odor, stains, no longevity, water absorption high, biocompatibility totally lost, right? So this is not the right one. So what Bredent has done, Bredent has done a research on this material. They worked on integrating nanofiller ceramic particles. They started with 10% first, working well. That was the first phase of BioHPP called BioXS, biocompatible extra smart material. That was the first phase where we have started, and then we have entered into bio-HPP by integrating 30% nanofiller ceramic particles into polyether ether ketone via compounding, industrial compounding, and therefore we have achieved the best polishable surface. And now bio-HPP is been certified as class 2 medical device since say around 11 years now. And yes, yeah, so it is available in different shades that we will check in the next slide. So this is what we offer. The primary object will be bio-HPP, the primary structure. Onto the top, if you design it in a thimble way, you can give multiple solutions. You can give lithium disilicate crowns, or you can give zirconia crowns, or you can give high impact polymer composite crowns, right? So now you have choices. Only thing is, you should have some material which should buffer the stress to the implant. Say for example, if I have given titanium to reduce down the weight, agreed, it's good. Again, titanium is biocompatible, agreed. Again, titanium, what we have availability in profession is grade 4, so no allergic reactions. But how about the torsion, right? We have to consider torsion when we are working on implant cases. Say for example, you have placed 4 or 6 implants in a mandible, and when patient opens his mouth, there will be a flexure of 1.5 to 2 millimeters on every opening, right? So if you give a static element on these 4 implants on a mandible, is it good for the patient? Are we not breaking the nature law? Therefore we are coming ahead with this shock absorbing material which is flexure. It will not arrest the torsion of the mandible, lightweight, no discoloration because of the integrated nanofiller ceramic particles, right? And therefore it's giving you a comfort zone of choosing your aesthetic part. You can even bond zirconia crown also to this material with respective application of different primers what we have. You people can check on C1, we have the entire range of primers, we have entire range of luting agents. So this is what we offer, most biocompatible polymer what we have produced as of now, matching the E modulus of human bone, which is the most important concept, certified as class 2 medical device, longevity ensured, close to the nature, and then repairable, reproducible. This can be handled on a chair side aspect, no need to worry about, remove the prosthesis, send back to the lab, wait for weeks together, no need. If something goes wrong, this is all about the application of composite. It is okay for the bonding of composites with a primer. Apply a primer, use your composites, close the case, that's it. So this is the aesthetic segment which we are pushing in the name of Visio line, world of composites and colors of nature. How to achieve greater aesthetics? Just use Visio line. How this works? We have a inlay and a crown which we have done a preliminary mock-up, and then we have registered a key which we are going to see in the next slide. All these things are made out of composites. Few are with composite shells, which is again novoline, where you can characterize to the extreme level, and then you can check the 2 central incisors, one before characterization and one after the characterization. Just check how beautifully it can be crafted if you know the blending of stains. And nowadays composite is no more just a polymer, it is challenging the glass, it is challenging the lithium disilicate, it is challenging your zirconia in ways of polishability, in ways of aesthetics, in ways of sensible dynamic layering. Whatever you want, yes, it is possible in this. And again the indications and the results after using these free composite gels in Bredent. Yes, as Rahul said, we have flow composites with 5 shades. You can simply flow down the composites and cover the idle spaces wherever you want. You can mimic the natural tissue via characterizing it with this pink. In this slide, if you can check, one of the master dental technicians from Italy, he has created an ulcer too. Ulcer on the prosthesis. They are just showing you the maximum possibilities, like if you know how to play with it, you can do anything, right? From pink, we are promising this aesthetic result, and then just check how the inlays have been fabricated. This is how you have done a mock-up, and then you have registered a silicone key. This is a specific material offered by Bredent, VisioSeal ILT, inverse layering technique, transparent silicone. You take the key and then reverse engineering. Usually what we do, we layer it on the crown, right? From here, we have to go in reverse. We have to use the enamel first, and then you use dentin, and then place the key onto the model where you have done the mock-up, right? So here on the die we have applied dentin modifiers and few stains. Some stains here occlusally, we have to use some mahogany or ebony to get that actual stain look. And here you can see the list of dentin modifiers, transparent flow gels, and this is how you end up with the materials. Intraorally after the fixation, yes, possible. Now this is the most important point which I try to convey to every lab of this India wherever I travel. What we should do, what we should not do. Whether they listen or not, this is our responsibility. We have to give the information. Let's see what we have to do. Never experiment like this. We don't have any right to play with the connections where one mistake can kill your implant. It's not just killing the implant, you are killing the reputation of the clinician by simply avoiding the tie-based costs, right? So no good company will never say like, don't use tie-based, just mill it. No, not even a zirconia company. Always procure the connection, always procure the precision what companies are trying to provide you, right? Here, this is a prefab. Say for example, in the market you have availability of pre-mills. You have titanium pre-mills, you can mill. At the same time, we are coming ahead with this Bio-HPP prefab, which is softer on implant. It is a preliminary customized abutment. Onto the top, you can give aesthetic restoration. You take LiSi, right? Lithium disilicate or lithium silicate or a composite crown or a zirconia crown. There are multiple options, right? Yes, we are open. How? If you have to achieve the same result in conventional way, just select a tie base, treat the surface, apply the primer, and then we have discussed about Picoplast, right? Apply Picoplast, or this has been built in wax, but for sure if it is my part, I use Picoplast, dimensionally stable, strong enough so that I can even trim it with a micromotor to get the exact shape, the bottom line, the margin area, right? And then press it, layer it with composite, you are done. Now it's upon to you. If you have good artistic skills, if you have that passion to achieve everything what you check in textbooks or what you check in the nature, you sit, you can do a dynamic layering, you can achieve the same result. If not, simply go, mill a monolith, use Mio, close the case. So this is how we sprue it. I've told you we are available with 3 shades in Bio-HPP, white, dentin and then pink. Whichever is required for your case, you can use that. And now here we are coming ahead with a gold proportion, I would say. Yes, for me as a system consultant for Bredent, This is a gold proportionate investment what I found in the market. Till date, I have never found a failure. Even on a WhatsApp call, I can give a demonstration of this material and it will prove really good. Right? We have to check the parameters, we have to check the instructions before you start the case. You don't find any mismatch. This is bravest eco speed available where you can cast alloys, where you can press veneers, where you can press bio HPP. One investment for all your indications is enough for your lab. And this is the device where we press this polyether ketone called F2 press. In this, there won't be any kind of heat. It works with vacuum. Preliminarily, you have to put up your cavity into the burnout, heat it up, and then once it is on 400, put the bio HPP granulate into the ring, wait for 20 minutes, it gets softer, and then press it into this device, and then you will get the abutments or the whatever the object you have designed preliminarily, right? And now if we talk about the efficiency of this bravest eco speed, today the biggest challenge is printers are available, resins are available, but castings are poor. Out of 100 labs, 90 labs will raise the same question like, I am using the best resin, I am using the best printer, but when I try to cast it, I have a mishap. Probably it would be a suit of the resin on the investment, or it would be the misbehavior of the quartz in the investment, whatever. But with eco, we are proving it absolutely really good. Here in this case, you can see just one sprue attached with a framework which is printed. It's a 3D printed resin, wax castable resin. This is what you can achieve, 100%. Nothing to worry about. Just one sprue, right angle, and then your game is done. Right? I have not applied any kind of wax on the print resin, nothing. Use right investment, use the right parameters. How many people here have a deep understanding with the investment material? Why companies suggest you to keep the investment on 900 degrees or above 900 degrees? Why? What is the reason behind that? Does anyone got this information from any of your company where you are getting the investments? Why we have to heat the investment ring above 900? I am sure people of India, dental labs of India, they forgot holding time for casting rings. Simply once they achieve 800, 850, they do a casting, or say for example 900, but that will not work. That will not work. Why companies ensure you to keep more than 900 degrees? Why they ask you to hold it on? Because the quartz in your investment material, it changes its shape after 873 degrees. Before that, your quartz will be like a spike, needles. Once you reach this 873, it turns blunt. That is where we achieve this smoother castings. Right? That's where we want this holding time at least of 25 to 30 minutes once you reach the final temperature. But God's grace, bravest eco speed, it's a rapid investment material. Invest it, put it for 10-15 minutes for the initial set, dump it on 950. Nothing will go wrong. Cast it, you'll get the same result. Right? And then again the multiple solutions what we are offering with this press machine. Primary, you can mill a titanium bar, and then onto the top you can get a secondary telescopic construction. And then partials, if you can check, this is made out of bio HPP pink. The partial, some Italian guys, I think they are crazy about this material. Their consumption is something like 30 kilos or 40 kilos per year. Where in India it's very hard for me to sell down the bio HPP 100 grams to a client which is costing 40,000. Right? Here I'm struggling hard to push down bio HPP to sell it on 40,000 for 100 grams. Those guys are consuming 30 kilos per annum. They are doing all the experiments, like they are giving polyether ketone post right? Now they are not working for casting posts. They are simply pressing it in bio-HPP. Onto the top they are giving a Emax crown. Job finished. And then partials, and then attachments. What all a material can promise you more than this in such type of situations where you don't find solutions, right? So this is again a classic example. If you don't get the prefab, ask your clinician a tie base, wax it up and then press it. Here you can see the individual abutments on the screen. You can simply use the smart material in various applications. What all we expect more than this? Any of you, any classic technician who is layering porcelain, can you people give me a random time, like if you want to achieve this kind of aesthetics in porcelain, how many hours you need? Tentative? I would say 2 to 3 days for me, for sure. And I am not joking, I am absolutely serious. To get this kind of extreme quality of work, you have to spend time. You are lucky enough, like you have good control of composite companies in India. I am not just talking about Bredent, there are multiple competitor companies. You take Gradia, you take Kulzer, you take GC, you take Shofu, you take Bredent, you take Vita. Multiple companies are there. Only thing what you have to do is follow the rules of the game. Just follow the rules. You don't want to follow the rule, but you want to win the game. This is not possible. This is not possible. If Bredent is coming ahead like this material or the stains, of course competitor companies are also providing the same. But what we are offering in India is, being a system consultant, we are traveling all over the India to give right information on a right time. This should be handled in this way. You should not exaggerate the stains. You should not overcome the polishing strategy of the composite. These are the keys to success. Moral of the story: anything that is against to nature will not last long, right? By Charles Darwin. Yes, he has given a very clear picture about what the things you have to do and how you have to do. Education, yes, I have went on for multiple training sessions, multiple upgradation levels in headquarters. Yes, Bredent is situated in Germany. I went on there, I have cleared out multiple upgradation levels. These kind of teammates or teachers, they are just a boon. Whatever you are having something in your mind which is non-concluded, or you have any kind of doubt, they are ready to help us always, round the clock. That's what now Bredent is claiming, 360-degree implantology. 360-degree, 365 days, anywhere, any country. Entire team is ready to support you when and ever you want to enter into a quality good system. We are always there. And strength of life, yes, meet right people on right time, make right decisions, educate yourself. Don't ever give stupendous reasons like you are busy at your lab. Everyone knows how much busy you people are, but still don't at least deceive yourself. Come out, explore. People like Manzar, they are really working well. I am a part of this Dental Lab Expo since 5 years now. The very first time when he invited me at Coimbatore, I drove my car there, taken my machines in my car. That was my first demonstration in Coimbatore. From there onwards, I have got a belief in him, like one fine day this podium will be the best platform for technicians who can't spare time for the courses, right? If you want to achieve something, explore yourself, communicate. People are ready, companies are ready now. At a moment when we were passed out from GDC in 1999, if one quality restoration has to do, that's a nightmare. No information, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, nothing, no teacher. Right? Now everything is simplified. You are just one call away, one message away, right? So always. The man beside me here, I'm really happy to be associated with him, but yes, he is not from dental profession, but he is no more less than a dental professional. Yes, he is Mr. Rangarajan. I would like to call him up on the stage. Ranga? Yeah, he is Rangarajan, our CAM expert. He is an engineer, out of this profession, our pandemic baby, but still he has proven like he is the best and a fast learner. Just give him a big, cause he is the one who made this presentation for me. I'm a shit guy. I can't play with the computer. I don't know how to manage a presentation. If you ask me to talk about for a day, I will. Cause my teachers, they trained me like that, like I go deeper into the material science and I remember that. But I don't know how to change a slide also. So he's the man who is supporting me since long time now, and we are enjoying this journey cause now we have got a real shrewd, strong team for conventional and the digital portfolio. Now we are coming ahead with the digital concepts. We name it, we do it, we claim it, we prove it. That's what we are here in the market. Whatever we talk, we prove it in that way. We are promising precisional results. Thanks for your attention. Finally, we have made it. So if any questions, I'm available on these numbers, but I don't lift the phones. That's the complaint of my boss also. But still I promise you, I'm available on WhatsApp. Just push a message. I'm there. I'm there. Our team is also much interested to clear out the issues on time. Okay? Any questions, you're always welcome. We can sit, discuss. We are here for more 24 hours in this Dental Lab Expo. You can visit the booth C41 if I am not wrong. C41. C1. Yeah, C1. Bredent Group India, offering wide range of prosthetic solution with magical materials, shock absorbers, right? Come over, experience the best part, explore yourself and make us rich. What say? Thank you. Any questions? Yeah? माइक है क्या? चालू है?
Yeah, it's there. So actually, when you are comparing the properties of composite with zirconia.
Yes, sir.
So one thing I would like to ask you, the composite which we are using for restorative purpose, it has got highest coefficient of thermal expansion.
Sir, please come again, sir.
Actually, composite which traditionally we are using for restoration.
Clinically?
Yeah, clinically.
Okay.
So that composite has got highest coefficient of thermal expansion.
Okay.
So same thing is there with this type of composites.
Exactly, sir, and I would say it is far better, and we are offering this system. We are offering this Visalign system even at chair side applications, because all the composites are non-toxic. This entire Visalign range. Entire Visalign range is non-toxic. You can comfortably use it, and even the polishing behavior is really good. And of course, intraorally we are strongly recommending Shofu Super Snap for the polishing part. Bredent is not into intraoral polishing strategies, so we are recommending officially Shofu Super Snap. You can get really good results. Any more questions? Any more questions?
क्या लो ओए चल
सबको सब समझ में आ गया? Then I am successful. I successfully confuse you all. If there is no question, for sure that is the conclusion. Right? We are always looking ahead for your questions, for your queries. It is not just about talking of any brand stuff. It is about sharing the information of dental technology. Feel free visit C1. We are there for more a day, and then we can have some good things. Right? Thank you.